Hey there, welcome. Today I'm doing a reading for if you have Gemini in your chart as Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I'm excited to do this for you today, Gemini. Gemini is actually my Venus sign and my sister's Sun sign. Okay, so as I'm shuffling the cards, I'd love for you to take a few deep breaths with the intention of just clearing your energy. Deep breath in and then blow out like you're blowing out candles. And do that a couple of times. If you pray, you can say, God, please be with me. Please help me just to receive the highest messages. If you don't want to do that, you could also visualize light filling your room, filling your space, filling your energy field. Anything that you're carrying, anything that feels heavy, let it be released from your body, released from your shoulders. Let it fall to the ground. Let the earth pick it up and renew it and recycle it. And remember, this is a collective reading, so some messages will be in alignment for you and some may not be. They may be for someone else. I do believe that if you're here, it's for a reason, and I would just trust that. And I would trust your own intuition above everything else, above any card that comes out. Just see tarot like a good friend that gives you a chance to reflect on what messages are coming up within yourself. Okay. Doing the Celtic cross layout today, and then I have some romance angels I'll pull for you as well at the end. So at the bottom of the deck we have the Three of Swords. You may have felt heartbreak in some situation. This can be extreme sadness about something. It could also be like third party where there was interference. Whether like, and it will apply to all of you differently. So whether it was in a relationship where you felt like there was heartbreak or interference, or even like it could happen at work where you feel like other people are interfering, or but it's heavy. It feels heavy, and when you've been through this, you've been through a lot of pain. Okay, let's see what comes out. I have all the cards face down. Okay, wow. Geez, you know what, guys? The readings have been so intense this time around. It was intense for Aries. It was intense for Taurus. It's intense for you guys. There is something going on. There may be a lot of like, for me, it feels like there may be a lot of these big moments, these tower moments that may not feel good. They may feel painful, but I feel like they're all like really trying to push us where we're meant to be and help us be like the best version of ourselves, the most loving version of ourselves, especially to ourselves. I'm feeling like there are huge lessons in self-love and boundaries, and honestly, it's like how can someone else love you any more than you can love yourself? Because how could you even let it in unless your self-love is so great that you can allow this great love in? And I'm not saying this as a judgment thing. I'm saying this as a like for all of us. This is motivation to really work on just really loving who we are, really accepting who we are. We're not supposed to be perfect. We all have personalities that are unique because they serve us in our purpose in life. So embrace the shadow, embrace all the parts of you. Okay, so the first card that you have here is the Five of Pentacles. I feel like some of you are feeling like a lack. It might be that you're not feeling financially stable, or it could be a financial loss for some of you. It doesn't have to be financial. It can be like you're worried, or it could be that you're struggling with your health and you're wanting to improve your health. It could be that you feel isolated. But it's just like, this feeling is like you don't have what you need is what it feels like. Or you're not getting what you need, whether that's at work or in a relationship, or even from ourselves. Like maybe we don't feel like we're manifesting the abundance that we really deserve and want, or the support that we deserve and want. We have what's crossing is the Tower. And the Four of Pentacles is in the energy leaving. So it's like there's this message of letting go. We are holding on too tightly to something. And when we hold on too tightly to something, we can't allow the miracles to come in, the beautiful things to happen. You know, it could be that we're holding on to worry. It could be that we're holding on to negative thoughts. It could be that we're holding on to another person too tight, or maybe a job too tight, or just holding on too tight. And we're being asked to just open our fists and allow. Trust that the universe knows what's best for you and that you don't have to hold on tightly, that what is meant for you will come in for you. And if something doesn't, it's because it's not your highest good. I truly live by that faith. Okay, so you have the Nine of Swords here too as the energy coming in. So this Nine of Swords is just more of the same. It's like anxiety. It could be depression. I mean, you had the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, this heartbreak. So anxiety, depression, sadness in some way. For some of you too, it's like you could be suffering a loss or grief in a way. And if you experienced anything like the loss of a relationship, it feels like, it can feel like a death. It doesn't have to be that, but whatever it is that you were holding on to so tightly that you thought was right for you, if you can just let go and allow, let go and let God, because some of the stress and anxiety comes from not letting ourselves be in the flow. Because our mind thinks it knows what's best for us, but maybe life has something different in store. You have the Queen of Swords here as the motive or hidden goal. So I feel like the intention is to cut out all the BS. I mean, she is strong. She is independent. She can take care of herself. The energy can sometimes come across as cold. So I'm always warned, like when I see this too, is like, be careful in our approach. Be careful of how we approach people. Try to, like, yes, have strong boundaries, cut out what is wrong for you, but maybe try to soften the approach so that it doesn't come across as so cold, because sometimes the Queen of Swords words can be really sharp and cutting. And that's easy to happen if you're feeling heartbreak or disappointment or, you know, depression or anxiety or any of those things. Sometimes what comes out of us is not the best version of ourselves. And it's not that you have to be perfect all the time. You don't. But it's just this message of just be aware of that, okay? I know for me that can be absolutely true, especially if I'm stressed or I'm feeling something that's like really painful. I definitely can talk to my kids in a way that I'm not proud of sometimes because it comes out in my speech. So that's kind of a message I'm feeling here. You also have the tools to work with the Hermit card. So remember, you can always retreat and take time to yourself. And that is highly recommended in this reading, because maybe especially when you feel these big emotional waves, because this reading feels so darn intense. When you feel these big emotional waves, instead of speaking in that moment, go take time to be by yourself, okay? Let yourself feel it. You know, maybe write it down before you speak whatever you want to speak so that you know. Because sometimes writing it down, you can let things out for yourself, and it's about you doing it for yourself. Sometimes it can also help give you clarity as to exactly what it is that you want to say and is necessary to say. And it comes across more clear and more in alignment with yourself because you first wrote down like anything that you're hurting or you're angry about, so that you can maybe just kind of say more directly and honestly, but with that beautiful combination of the lion and the lamb, like the fierceness but the gentleness at the same time. So take time for yourself, retreat from the world, take rest yourself, rest your mind, rest your heart, let yourself stop thinking about things for a while, and just retreat. If you just want to read a book, if you just want to meditate, if you just want to be quiet, all of those things. Listen to your heart on that, because you have the Five of Swords here, and this is this feeling of conflict. It's also, though, remember the energy of 5 is change. I feel like all of this, especially with the Tower crossing you, is about some kind of change, a very necessary, needed change. And the Five of Swords makes me feel like maybe you felt like you were treated really unfairly, or like it felt abusive to you, or I feel like this guy has these swords in his hands because he's looking at this energy like a thief, or like just this, it's just this energy of feeling like there's conflict around you and you may need to rest. Okay? Temperance is so beautiful. This card is here, and this is the card of things coming into balance, which I feel so intensely in this reading is what is needed. You need for things to come into balance. You need to receive just as much as you give. And I feel like that's why there's 2 5s, 2 cards of massive change. So keep your thoughts as positive as possible to help manifest the highest outcome you can. The 9s are about getting on your life path, and the 9 of Wands is also here. 9 of Wands is also a card of boundaries. So there's a lot of cards of boundaries here. It's persistence, though. Like, this rabbit is going to overcome the snake. There's persistence. There's this energy of not giving up. Keep going, because this beautiful balance from the universe is coming in here. This Temperance card. This is harmony. This is self-control as well. Like, I feel like for me, when I see the Hermit and the Queen of Swords and I see this, I'm feeling this energy of self-control. Being able to stand up for yourself, or stand your ground, or cut out what's wrong for you, or speak your truth, but in a way that there's self-control and moderation, and patience and harmony and peace. So you also have here the Two of Swords. This can be travel plans, and that may be the greatest thing for you right now, Gemini. Maybe you just really could use a trip or some travel. This is waiting for the results, or making a choice here. And I do feel like with all this energy that's around you, like you may feel like you have some pretty big choices to make. And that's why the Hermit card is so important, because sometimes we really need to get away from the world, get away from everyone, to really hear our heart. To hear what is right for us, what is not right for us. And maybe you want to go on a trip. Maybe you want to do some travel. That could also be a way of combining the Hermit card, as well as like maybe that's the best way to retreat for some of you, would be to go on a trip, to get away from any conflict energy, because you have change here, but the change is bringing in harmony, peace, and balance for you. I'm just shuffling the Romance Angel cards, Gemini. We're just going to pull a couple of these. One more shuffle. Gemini, I feel within you like this potential to be such an amazing, great version of yourself. And sometimes going through all this stuff is what gives you strength to, one, stop caring what other people think, so that, you can be like, when I did care about what everybody thought, it didn't get me what I wanted anyway. It got me a bunch of stress and conflict and all that. So I might as well be myself, the highest version of myself. But you're also like, I do like this card of like, there's this beautiful self-control within you that's developing too at the same time. So it's like, it's this very mature energy where you speak your truth, but you don't have to do it in a way that's super harsh. You know what I'm saying? You have wedding. This situation involves a marriage. So for some of you, this might be about a marriage, or that marriage is in the cards with this person. Maybe there's this change that's had to happen first so that it can be a really healthy wedding with, you know, respect and healthy boundaries. You have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. But I do think that part of freeing yourself is not holding on tightly to anything. Allow what is for you to be for you. I'll just get in this state of allowance, okay? Because when you hold on tight, you're actually in prison too, because you're trying to control everything and control the outcome when it's really not within your control anyway. Let the universe step in and take care of it. For some of you, you're in a situation where, you know, it could be a relationship, or for some of you, it could be someone you're married to where it didn't feel like there was enough. I felt like it says unrequited love, and it feels like you weren't getting what you deserve out of this relationship. It wasn't equal for you. You feel like you were giving so much more, maybe more honesty too with the Queen of Swords, and you were getting back. So, and then lastly, you have heart-to-heart conversations. It's really important to honestly discuss how you feel with this person. This is a card of speaking your truth too. This is a card of honestly speaking how you feel. Okay, let's do one more. I'm feeling like we should go. Two more wanted to come out. Okay. So, like I said, it won't be the same for each one of you. Your own intuition is the most important. But for some of you, this is leading you to a path of new love. This change is leading you to a path of new love where someone's going to come in and really stir those romantic feelings within you. But for others of you, it's like a fresh start in love in this relationship, because you'll speak how you honestly feel. You'll free yourself from maybe holding on tightly to the person, because you have to give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership, okay? And I feel like for some of you, when you're going to do this, it's like you might be taking the relationship to the next level here. This love might feel new because there's this beautiful fresh start. Maybe you guys have had to go through a lot of stuff so that you could both love yourselves enough to find each other again. Okay, Gemini, I hope you got some messages that helped. Thank you so much for being here with me. It's an honor to do these readings for you. I'm really hoping to grow the channel because I want to be able to spend more time here doing more readings for you. So if you would like to help with that, I would love for you to subscribe if you feel called to, click the bell to be notified, like the videos. All those things really help with the growth of the channel and mean a lot to me. Know that I am sending you my love and energy and wishing you so many blessings. Bye, Gemini.